Hey Rodrigo, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
You know, Sitting outside in the sun for the first time in a week is pretty great, so I'm not complaining.
That's good.
So tell us about yourself. Where do you work? What do you do?
All right. Well, my name is Rodrigo Maycotte. I'm the founder and creative director of an agency called Fortunato, and we are a full-service creative agency. We specialize in branding, advertising, and anything related to digital communications, marketing communications, etc. And the way we put it is, we just make our clients be the best version of themselves.
So that sounds fun. So what is your role there? What do you do exactly day to day?
So since we are a new agency, we started earlier last year. I wear many hats. My main role is creative director, and so I'm in charge of all the creative output that we put forth to our clients. And then I also help with generating new business, managing all the production roles, and just a little bit of even agency upkeep and maintenance, all the housekeeping duties. We do that as well.
So what other roles do you closely interface with at your new agency? Who do you work with on a day-to-day basis?
So on a day-to-day basis, I work very closely with my business partner, Chris Carricker, who is more on the account management or brand management side. He handles more of the strategic and client-facing roles in order to help uh, you know the clients with setting their goals, setting their strategy, and then making sure uh, timings and all that stuff is falling in place as well.
That's fun. So what types of brands or clients do you work with right now?
So we actually have a little bit of everything going on right now, which is as fun and interesting. We have anything from a luxury high-end kitchen cabinet maker to high-end custom home builders. We also have some CBD product companies as a client. We recently also started working with the only licensed distributor of medical cannabis in Texas, which is Texas Original Compassionate Cultivation. And then we also have some clients that do products for dogs. So we have one client that does a pet supplement that helps with dogs' nutrition and diet. And so we do a little bit of everything, anything from home stuff to products and services. And it's fun because you get to learn a lot about different things that otherwise you wouldn't learn about.
And so what was the inspiration behind starting your own agency? I know you came from Lerma, so walk us through that.
Yeah, so my business partner Chris and we actually met at the Richards Group. So prior to Lerma, I was at the Richards Group. We worked together on the GameStop account for about 6 years. Then we went our separate ways. I went to Lerma. He stayed there, but worked on TGI Fridays and other accounts. And we started talking about 2 years ago about this opportunity of what if we were to set off and do our own thing. And really the inspiration behind that was just this excitement about building something new, and also identifying an opportunity within the industry. I think advertising as a whole is changing in the way agencies and clients interact. There's this new need for agencies to be, I think, smaller and more nimble, and also just more willing and able to adjust and listen to clients' needs, and be able to kind of pivot and act and implement those things a lot more efficiently. And so we saw this opportunity, and we started thinking about it, and about a year later we started putting it into action, and now we're doing it.
That sounds like a lot of fun. That's really cool. So let's start with the most important thing then. What do you love about advertising?
So what I love about advertising is that you're able to take an idea that was born, in your head, obviously, but then on a piece of paper, and eventually turn it into something that hundreds and thousands of people or even hundreds of thousands of people could see. And so that's an important platform, I think, that you can use to, help your clients on their behalf, obviously, but also spread messages that, from a social and cultural perspective, can help shape the world. And so that's something that we think is really great, and something that I'm personally passionate about is what I love the most about advertising.
That's really fun. So how are you shaping the world in your current campaigns?
So a lot of the clients that we work with really are new and emerging companies, just by virtue of the clients that we started working with. And so we have an opportunity to kind of help mold their brand and their brand voice in a way that gives them a greater purpose besides just selling a specific product, but having that purpose behind it. And I think that really can help uh, companies interact with their vendors, with their customers, with their employees. And so we try to give them that, let's call it a foundation, a brand foundation that has this higher calling of, we sell pet products, but what we're here to do really is to educate people about the need for nutrition for their dog, and to take care of their dog in a way that might help them live longer, or might help them live a better quality of life, or disease free. And so what that means is that you use that in all of your communications, but also from a company perspective, it helps give them some guidance of a sense of direction in what they want to do in their everyday life and why they're doing it. And so that to me is exciting, because it doesn't just impact a social post that you'll see from them, but it can impact the way they run their business from a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, that's so important for not only brands, but I think everybody to have a human ethical component that sort of motivates the day-to-day of what you do and why you do it. So that's
Yeah.
great that you talk about that with your clients and your brands, and really important. And on that same note, I suppose, do you have any words of wisdom or advice for students about to graduate college?
Yeah, I think the most, I think, important thing that I would say is you have to have something that you have to have a why, I guess, is what the way I would say it is. Your why is that driving force and that reason why you do things. Um, at Fortunato, we have a philosophy called serve the work, which just means that, you have this kind of craftsman mentality of, you don't focus on the end goal or on the awards or if the client is going to buy it or not. You just focus on doing the best job possible for the sake of just doing a good job that day. And, if you do that, then good things are going to follow. And so I think if you're a student or you're starting in this business, it's important to have a purpose behind things, because if not, it's very easy to just kind of come and go with the trends and with what people might tell you or might not tell you. And if you have that why behind everything you do, it's just easier to go to work and just focus on that day doing a good job, and just focus on that day coming up with something great, versus doing it because someone else is going to react a certain way, or it's going to get me this job, or it's going to get me this award.